How many of you remember the first day my mom walked through the hospital door and she was so nervous because it was her first day in a new medical field that the entire emergency room staff thought that she was having a heart attack? I can see some of you smiling, leads me to believe you were here that day. What's hard to believe is that it was 17 years ago. Many of you know my mom as the receptionist and the insurance guru. But she had a career well before then when she was a CFO of a major corporation in Poland. We gather here today to commemorate her work and to wish her a very, very well-deserved and happy retirement. My mom started working when she was about 20 years old, right after college. She started working in a small government firm and she quickly realized that it was not for her. She took some extra courses and in a short period of time was hired as an assistant in a major corporation that dealt with trade, import and export. Because she was a very bright, smart, intelligent, results-oriented young woman, she became a CFO of the company at the age of 30. Because of her position, she was allowed to travel to Western Europe. During her trips, she would come back with extra clothing and toys for the local orphanage, which was underfunded and overcrowded. As you can imagine, back then, it was not an easy thing to bring extra of anything through the border. She became an expert in smuggling. She should have received an Oscar for her performance during border crossings, because with her smile, wit, and charm, the customs officers would hardly ever inspect her bags. She gave it up for me so I could have a better life. She left the life that she knew, and we immigrated to the United States. She went from being a CFO of a major company to cleaning offices at the Northeast Utilities in Hartford, Connecticut. But we couldn't make ends meet, so she elected to go to a better paying job in a factory in New Britain. As you can imagine, it took a toll on her health. I remember looking at her hands when she was about 46, and they looked tired and rigid, like she worked on a farm her entire life. There were way too many wrinkles on them and blisters that were full of water because of how she was using the tools. Mom quickly realized this was not for her. And as fearful as she can be, she gathered all the courage to go back to school, get a medical degree. Within 3 years, she graduated from Gordon College and landed a job right here at this hospital. This was 17 years ago. She's a major part of this establishment. She was on the hospital transition team, and she was the core member for the computer software upgrade. I realize many of you are going to miss my mom when she walks out that door for the last time tonight. She was the rock of this department. She was somebody you could always rely on, and she never turned anybody down. I would like to close with these words. Mom, you have been an inspiration to me. You have given me life lessons that I will never forget. I love you, and I am so proud of you for all your accomplishments, because nobody can start their life at the age of 40 when you are in a foreign country the way you did. And to my children, I realize you cannot curb your enthusiasm because nobody cooks better than Grandma does, and you cannot wait for me to step aside and let her rule in my kitchen. Mom, I wish you all the best in your retirement, and welcome to your new life without a time clock. Thank you all.